It's 67 degrees and rainy here in South Bend, Indiana for tonight's national championship game between the Auburn Tigers and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I'm your play-by-play host, Mike Peters, and in with me in the booth is David Roy. David, you talked about it on the pregame show, but give us a quick rundown of what you expect to see in this one.
Well, it's the biggest game of the season, and it's what all the hype has been building up to. And right now, the storyline coming into this, Offensive Player of the Year, Blake Moon, going head-to-head with Defensive Player of the Year, Justin Philhart. It's an exciting night and an exciting story here today.
Gage Bodine's taking the kick return back, and he has got not a lot of room as he's taken down after a 23-yard pickup. And the Irish are going to start with the ball. We'll see what they can do to get rolling. Notre Dame's offense comes into the league number one in scoring, 35.3 points per game, fourth in total yards. They're going to start off with a little check down into the flat as Craig Herring makes the catch out there for a 6-yard pickup. Auburn's defense comes in the league tied for fifth in scoring defense at 32.8, but third in offensive in yardage allowed. So this is going to be a good matchup between these two as they're going to hand that one off to Juan Senior. Big hole up the middle for Senior out across the 45. And very quickly, Notre Dame is moving the ball down the field.
And it's plays like that that will set the tempo early. When you get Juan Senior rolling in a big hole, it builds confidence as an offense, and it takes some of the pressure off Ty White early on, allowing him to take shots downfield.
White in the pistol formation here is going to fake that one. The Senior turns around, drops back in the pocket. Now just going to check it down on the outside. And out of bounds is Anthony White, the tight end, after a 6-yard pickup.
And it's just a smart play there by Ty White. Nothing open, bought as much time as he could, stepped up, made the smart throw, picked up 6, and lived to play another down.
Ty White, 67.4% completion percentage on the season, and is going to complete that one out to the left. And spinning for yards is Anthony White again, and another Notre Dame first down, and they seem to have things going in their favor early on. So 1st and 10 now on the Auburn side of the field at the 36-yard line. They're going to give that one to Senior right up the middle. He slips a tackle, and he's got an 8-yard pickup. Senior comes into the season late and takes over for David Woods, and he ran for 449 yards and 4 touchdowns in 3 games as a replacement. So he's been quite the savior for this Notre Dame offense. And they're going to go to the pistol here, and they're going to bring a receiver around and then around, but Senior's going to try to get the first down. He does. He spins away from the tackler, still on his feet, having a hard time bringing him down. Finally at the 10-yard line, he goes down. Trenton Worsham over there to make the tackle, and Notre Dame's got a 1st and 10, or 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
It's a big play by Juan Senior. Makes a nice move there. A little bit of a stutter step, a little bit of a spin, works his way down to the 10, and it's a big play that sets its Auburn defense on its heels early.
2 tight ends out there for Notre Dame on this one. They're going to hand that one off to Senior. He's going to cut outside. Got a little bit of room to run. Slips in the rain a little bit, and he's going to be taken down at the 7-yard line after a 3-yard pickup. And this Notre Dame offense just continues to move the ball. The number 1 scoring offense in the league, and they have been for much of the season. And with only a few star players out there, they're going to turn around, hand that off on the draw play, cutting upfield and down at the goal line. As Senior is stopped at the goal line. Auburn's known for making those stands right at the goal line. They did that to Boise several times. Adric Berry not able to get in. We'll see what they're able to do here. 3rd and inches. As Notre Dame knocking on the door of the goal line here on their first drive. There's going to be a pitch on the outside, and Senior's going to walk into the end zone. Notre Dame scores easily on the first drive of the game. And here in the national championship game, Notre Dame up 7-0 over Auburn.
And they did that mostly on the ground, relying on Juan Senior to work their way down there, picking up big chunks of yardage, 8 yards, 10 yards here and there, fighting his way into the end zone on that, had the easy route on the pitch. It's smart play calling, gets the pressure off Ty White early, and sets things up for the play-action game later on.
So Notre Dame will kick off, and we'll see what Blake Moon and company can do to answer back as Devontae Duncan's going to try to find a hole, and he gets one down the sideline, slips a tackle out to the 50-yard line, and their big play receiver, known for making big plays in the passing game, makes one there on the return game, and Auburn set up at the 50-yard line to start their first drive. They'll turn around, hand it off to Brandon Davis, who's up the middle, and he's got a 6-yard pickup right off the game. David, we are in for a shootout, I suspect.
It's going to be a show, and it's definitely going to be back and forth. We saw this last week with Auburn. They found ways to respond for every play of Boise.
Empty backfield there for Blake Mooney's going to go over the middle. That's Ryan Barrow, the number 4 wide receiver. He's got the first down, and Auburn moves down the field. Auburn wound up number 3 in the league in scoring, but over the last 4 weeks, they were definitely number 1, averaging over 45 points a game, and they're also 3rd in scoring offense. Notre Dame's defense, number 2 in the league in scoring defense, and number 2 in yardage. So definitely an interesting matchup here. Blake Moon trying to find room to run. He's going to find one there, and he gets hit hard as Bobby Slovak comes up and lays the wood to him, and down goes Moon. He holds onto the ball after no gain.
Well, Blake Moon, give him credit, though. He dances in the pocket, can't find anything open, works his way from left to right, back to the left, finds the hole, bursts through. He gets met at the line of scrimmage, but he did not lose yardage, and it sets up 2nd and 10.
A 2nd and 10 here from the 31 of Notre Dame. Moon back to pass, 4-man rush, fires it over the middle. Brandon Davis makes the catch, and to come up just short of that first down marker. Brandon Davis has been a big part of that passing game, 44 grabs, which was number 2 on the team, 261 yards. The only receiver, or the only running back in the league to have over 100 yards rushing and 100 yards receiving in the same game. Pump fake there by Moon. He gets pressure up the middle. He's going to clean it over the middle and breaking a tackle and fighting his way into the end zone as Ryan Farrell, the number 4 wide receiver, comes through there with a touchdown, and Auburn answers back 7-7 halfway through the first quarter.
Give Notre Dame credit. They dared Blake Moon. They sent the pressure, trying to scare him early. And Blake Moon, what does he do? He stands in the pocket, stands tall, delivers a strike to Barrow, lets the walk-on do the rest, fights into the end zone to even the score.
What an exciting first 2 drives in the game as both these teams drive down the field with ease. Obviously, Auburn set up by that big kick return by Devontae Duncan. And we'll see which defense adjusts first. We've seen this on Notre Dame before. They'll start a little bit slow, and then their defense will figure things out. Gage Bodine jumping over blockers down to the 35-yard line. So big kick returns on both sides of the field now. And this game is going to be crazy. I can feel it in my bones. And I just hope I have a voice when it's all said and done. 4:02 to play here in the first quarter. They're going to hand that one off to Juan. Seeing a blitz coming, and he still slips through and picks up 6 yards. And that's going to be dangerous if Auburn blitzes and still can't shut down this running game.
Juan Senior is averaging 8 yards a carry. And the problem with the blitz is that if you get your running back through the blitz, he's got a lot of open space in front of him, and we saw it there.
Shotgun here for Notre Dame, and they're going to fake the handoff in midline read up the middle. Ty White's going to get the first down before he gets taken down. So another first down pickup here by Notre Dame, and right now Auburn doesn't seem to have the answer for it.
Well, this is a success of Juan Senior. It sets up the read option for Ty White, and we see it again there.
Shotgun again, pump fake for White. Steps back, now going to try to take off and run, and nowhere to go as Porter's over there, or actually Brent Cowan, over there to wrestle him down. As Ty White not able to get enough room on the outside, goes down with a sack, a 7-yard loss. Big loss there by Notre Dame.
The problem with quarterbacks sometimes, they keep their eyes downfield, and as he moved from left to right, trying to get outside the pocket, he did not see Cowan coming free, and that is what created the blitz, or the sack.
Now they're going to go with a halfback screen. Massini makes the grab, but nowhere to go. It's good pursuit there by the Auburn defense, holding him to a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
It's a 3rd and long situation, something that this offense has a little bit of experience in converting on. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Pistol formation. White's going to drop a pass, firing deep down the left, and got a wide open Gage Bodine, and he's going to cruise into the end zone for a touchdown. You guys talked about it in the pregame show. If Gage Bodine gets open, he's dangerous. He does there, and Notre Dame digs themselves out of a huge hole on 3rd and 15, scores the touchdown, and takes a 14-7 lead.
When in doubt, go to the firecracker. Gage Bodine sprang open, no help over the top, and that's what allowed Bodine to get downfield. Ty White felt pressure, stepped up, and delivered the strike for the touchdown.
Ethan Smoker is going to get this returning. He's trying to fight for yards, still on his feet, out to the 30, no electricity there on that return, but what a game we've got going so far. Juan Senior with a touchdown, and then Ryan Barrow, and then Gage Bodine with that big touchdown on 3rd and 15, 14-7. Auburn trails, and they're out there for their second possession of the game. Blake Moon dropping back pass, getting blitz, goes off the edge, and he gets wrestled down by Devontae Griffin. Devontae Griffin said during the pregame show that Blake Boone was going to have a long night and he was going to be a part of it, and he comes through big there.
Well, Blake Boone couldn't stay with his pattern from going left to right. He tries to roll back around and get outside, catches defense off guard, and Devontae Griffin does a great job sitting right there and meeting Blake Boone in the backfield.
Boone back pass, going to fire it over to the left, and it's almost picked off as that one slips through the hands of Quincy Owens. Might have had a pick six. And now Auburn's going to come out with a 3rd and 16. Very similar to that Notre Dame third down. We'll see what they're able to do with it here. Moon's going to pass, 4-man rush. He's going to fire over to the left, and that one is in the traffic and almost picked off as Trey Elijah almost comes up with it. And we're going to see our first punt of the game.
Well, 2 plays back-to-back where Blake Boone, living very dangerously, almost had a pick six, would have dug Auburn into a deep hole, 14-point deficit, throws nearly another pick, which would have served as a very short punt and given Notre Dame great field position.
And Bodine on the return there, trying to fight for yards, energized by that big touchdown play that he had on the last possession. And Notre Dame's going to get good field position here out near midfield, already with a 14-7 lead. Now, we have seen them jump out to leads in this game. Always go back to that first game where they're up 17-0 against Hawaii, and Hawaii came back to take a 21-17 lead in the first half. So no team's out of it, especially not one led by Blake Boone. But Juan Senior breaking free on the outside, and he's going to be down inside the 40-yard line of Auburn. Senior already got 70 yards rushing here in the first quarter.
Well, Auburn's defense is going to have to find a way to step up and shut down Juan Senior, put the pressure on Ty White, and it really starts with as you get rolling. It makes things easier for White.
White's going to drop back pass. Now he's going to take off and run. Cuts inside. He's got a first down before he's taken down at the 25-yard line. So a nice run there by White. Only 11 yards rushing, but this running game overall for Notre Dame looking very good here in the first quarter. 3 wide receivers split out now for Notre Dame, and they're going to fake it to Senior, rolling out to his left, taking a shot towards the end zone, looking for Bodine again, but that one falls incomplete as White threw that one too far for his first incompletion of the game.
Just overthrew it there. Bodine was open, couldn't get the play out there. It looked like it slipped out of his White's hands a little bit due to the rain. It sets up 2nd down, though, and they're still in good shape.
Pump fake going over to the right. That's Bodine again, and he overthrows him. 2 overthrows in a row for White. And maybe this Auburn defense is starting to get to the Notre Dame quarterback a little bit. 3-3-5 defense out there for Auburn on this 3rd and 10. White drops back pass, fires over to the right, and that one is almost picked off as Eric LeClaire got his hands on it but cannot bring it in. And that's going to force a 41-yard field goal attempt here for Notre Dame in the rain. So this is no guarantee. That one is up, and it is good. So Notre Dame extends their lead to 10 points here, 1:27 to go here in the first quarter.
Eric LeClaire does a great job on that play, jumps the route. Wish he could have got his hands on it for the sake of Auburn being able to spring back into it, but makes a great job breaking up the pass and giving Auburn a little bit more confidence defensively.
And Smoker with a 24-yard return there will set up Auburn at their own 28-yard line. So Moon and company coming back out, trailing by 10. Moon's going to have to get his guys going. Going to hand that one off to Brandon Davis, and he fights forward for a 5-yard pickup.
Brandon Davis getting rolling. That's going to be the key to this going into this, is whether or not Brandon Davis can have a big impact and have more than 39 yards rushing like he did the last time these 2 teams played.
There's a midline read. They fake it to Davis, and that one is stuffed out by Bobby Slovak. We talked about him in the pregame show. Hasn't been a big difference maker on this Notre Dame defense. He's been solid but unspectacular. He's spectacular so far. Already got 3 tackles and forcing another 3rd down here for Auburn. They're going to go with the screen, and Blake Moon just throws it away on the blitz. The pressure gets to him. Moon just throws it away, and Auburn is going to have to punt for the 2nd straight drive.
Well, but give credit to Blake Moon. He makes a smart throw, felt the pressure, didn't want to take the risk of throwing an interception, which is what this Notre Dame defense is known for. Makes a smart play and turns it back over to his defense, who feels confident right now.
Gage Bodine trying to get something going on their turn, gets 10 yards onto that. 165 yards of offense already for Notre Dame, and we're only in the first quarter. It's normally Auburn that puts up those kind of numbers, but Notre Dame's doing it now, although we know Auburn's more of a second-half team, despite the fact that they got shut down 24-7 in the second half of this first matchup. They're going to bring the receiver in motion. They fake it. White's going to keep it, trying to find some room up the middle. He's got a little bit of room to go there. 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3, and we might have one more play here in the first quarter.
Well, Ty White does a nice job, comes outside on that, plants, comes right back inside, cuts upfield, picks up 7, and makes a very easy 2nd down.
So the 2nd and 3, White dropping back, going to go with the screen here, finds Senior on the outside, and nowhere to go as a big play there by Porter comes up with the tackle for loss, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
That's a big play right there by Porter, who does a great job reading Juan Senior, and the screen pass coming out, does a great job in pursuit, drags him down in the backfield, and sets up a 3rd and 8 for this Auburn defense to be able to make a stand.
Let's see if they get the snap off here before. It will not. We'll get to the end of the first quarter. Notre Dame leads 17-7 here from South Bend in the national championship game of the CFSL. Second quarter underway, 10-point lead for the home team. Notre Dame Fighting Irish, the number 2 seed in the playoffs up against number 4 Auburn. Auburn bringing the blitz. Ty White's going to fire deep down the left side. They got Boone again, who gets behind the DB. He's got a 39-yard reception and a big Notre Dame first down.
Ty White went in down, go deep, and he takes a shot. It was one-on-one coverage. Gage Bodine beats the man coverage out there. Goes out, makes the grab, and picks up the first down, and this sets Notre Dame up in great field position.
And they're going to booth review this. It looked like Bodine might have dropped that at the end and been a fumble. I don't know if it's going to change anything. Did Auburn? I think Bodine recovered that. It looks like that's clearly a fumble. It's hard to tell there, but I don't think Notre Dame came away with it.
I think Notre Dame had it.
Hold on. The play was reversed, so I don't think it's going to change anything. It changes maybe the spot of the ball by 1. Sorry, David. 1st and 10, so from the 24-yard line. And great field position again here for Notre Dame. White making an adjustment at the line, going to turn around, hands that one off to Senior up the middle. Big hole, and he's got a 10-yard run, 11-yard pickup there, and Notre Dame's offense cannot be stopped right now.
Averaging 9 yards a carry. What kind of an answer do you have for Juan Senior when it seems to set everything else up for this Notre Dame offense?
And the read option there, White going on the outside. He's pursued now by Quentin James, who gets to him after a 1-yard pickup. So nice pursuit there by the Auburn defense. They definitely need a big play here. They don't want to fall behind by 17 points. That would be a big hole to dig out of against a team with 5 All-Americans on defense. So dropping back is White again. He's going to fire that one over the middle, and that one is complete to Senior. Makes a 4-yard pickup, another 3rd and 5, but Auburn hasn't been able to force Notre Dame off the field on these 3rd down attempts.
No, they haven't, and the problem becomes, who does Ty White go to here? Are they going to run it with Senior? Are they going to go back to Gage Bodine, or is White going to keep it Auburn's defense off balance?
They're going to go with the halfback screen to Senior. That one is snuffed out by Auburn, and they were almost able to force him off the field, but Senior breaks free, finally chased down there by the Auburn defense. They force a 4th and 1, but Notre Dame's going to go for it, trying to put the screws to him. Big stand coming up here for Auburn. They need this desperately. And it looks like they're going to go to Senior, hand it off up the middle, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown, and Notre Dame is absolutely on a roll as they get the touchdown there. Juan Senior's 2nd of the game, and Notre Dame up 24-7.
And now the question becomes, how does Blake Moon respond? This offense for Auburn went down, scored 7, but since then they've stuttered, they've struggled, and they've stumbled. How does Blake Moon take control of this offense and respond in the face of a 17-point deficit and a defense that is playing like a monster?
It is going to be a tough hill to run up here for Auburn. The Blake Moon Company are going to do their best to try to make that happen. They got a big hole though, 17-point deficit. Not the biggest that we've seen overcome in this league. So still plenty of time, as it looks like Tyler Smith's coming on the blitz. So keep an eye. He does, and he gets free, but Blake Moon gets rid of it to Adam Smith, and he's got a first down. So nice awareness by Moon to get rid of that one.
Nice awareness and even a better throw. He finds a tight window, threads the needle, connects with Adam Smith, and picks up the first down, bids a bit of momentum and some confidence.
Turn around, hand that one off to Brandon Davis up the middle, and he is tripped up there after only a 2-yard pickup. Running game not really able to get going so far for Auburn.
Well, the problem becomes for the running game is you're down 17, and so Blake Moone's going to take control a little bit more, and they're going to have to go away from the running game a little bit to catch back up.
And they're going to go with the read option now. Blake Moone's going to take it on the outside, trying to run away. Slip and tackles, got a little bit of blocking, and he pushes Tyler Smith backwards before he finally wrestles him down on bounds. Could have been a penalty, but a nice run there by Blake Moon.
And this is part of what makes Blake Moon so special. His ability to come up and make the big play, and he does it there. Takes the team on his back, finds a way to convert the first down, and he does it himself, throwing out the stiff arm, fighting his way forward, and picking up 16.
Pistol formation again here for Auburn. They're going to hand it off up the middle, spinning for yards as Brandon Davis, still on his feet, finally goes down after a 10-yard pickup. That got a lot more than we thought it would initially.
It did, and part of that is because of Blake Moon's run earlier, it starts attracting more attention to him and takes some of the eyes off Brandon Davis, opening up the running holes for him a little bit more.
And they're going to pitch this one on the outside of Brandon Davis, and he's getting pursued nicely by that Notre Dame defense. Nowhere to go, 1-yard loss, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 for Auburn.
And one of the selling points for this Notre Dame defense is they're one of the best in stopping the run, only allowing about 120.5 yards a game on the ground, and we see why there. They do a great job of pursuing to the football.
And they're going to go with the speed option, and slipping a tackle is Moon, and he finally pitches it late, and Brandon Davis is off to the races, slips a tackle into the end zone for a touchdown. What a play there by Blake Moon. Risky play, but it pays off. Davis gets into the end zone for a touchdown, and we got a 10-point game.
And what a setup by Blake Moon. Fights off a tackle in the backfield and then fights his way forward, waits and draws in as much attention as he can before making the pitch, which is how the speed option is supposed to be designed. Gets it to Brandon Davis, who by this point picked up a head of steam and allowed him to roll his way right into the end zone.
And Brandon Davis absolutely abused Antoine Curry on that play. Curry known more for his interceptions than his tackling ability. And we saw it there. Big play there by Auburn. So we've got a game once again. Gage Bodine trying to take this one up the middle. Nowhere to go as Auburn's special teams is fired up now. And we'll see if they're able to force a stop here from this Notre Dame offense, who has not been slowed down so far in the first quarter and a half of this game. Ty White and company out in the pistol, going to fake the handoff to Senior, rolls out to his right. Fires over the middle, and it's almost picked off, and that one was dropped over the middle. Did not see who that was. They got their hands on it, but 2 interceptions dropped for Auburn in this one, and that could come back to bite them. 2nd and 10 now. They're going to hand that one off to Senior, trying to get some room on the outside. Runs into Shane Masters, who makes the tackle, and that'll bring up another 3rd down. Auburn forced a 4th and 1 on the last one. We'll see if they can get him off the field with this one.
Well, Scott pointed out in the pregame show that turnovers are going to be a big role, and so far almost turnovers have been a big factor.
And there's a little pass over the middle, a duck as that one falls incomplete. White not able to find a receiver. And finally, Auburn has forced a punt. Looks like that speed option touchdown has got this Auburn defense fired up.
And it's a great job by this Auburn defense, stepping up, making a stand, not allowing Notre Dame to build more momentum, going downfield, forces a 3-and-out, and puts the ball right back in Blake Moon's hands.
Dem Skins in the chat says he's never heard of such a thing. We are doing something different. We're not the only league out here like this, but we're one of the few, and we're creating a new pioneering a new age of esport, so to speak, out here on Twitch. So we appreciate you tuning in, checking it out. Blake Moon's going to take a shot deep down the middle, and that one is dropped as Antoine Curry had his 8th interception in the season and dropped it.
And it's almost Blake Moon's what could have been 3rd interception of the game. 2 dropped earlier and a 3rd there.
So Blake Moon empty backfield now. He's going to drop back the pass again and fired it over to the right. And he's going to find Barrow again, who's becoming a big receiver in this offense late in the season.
And part of that becomes, when you're in the championship game, who steps up? What player that has not been talked about is going to step up and make plays? And so far tonight, that's been Barrow for this Auburn offense.
Empty 5-wide set again for Auburn here on 1st and 10 midway through the 2nd quarter. Moon dropping back to pass. Now he's going to try to take off and run. Runs in the run, so Griffin, and goes backwards for 8 yards as this Notre Dame defense is there to attack the Auburn QB for a big loss.
Moon tried to go right. Part of that is because of the pressure that Tyson Ali applied there, coming from inside, forcing Moon to the outside. to the right where the pressure was flowing back around to catch him. He had a lane to the left. All he has to do is step left and then charge forward. He could have had a nice game.
4 receivers out there now for Auburn on 2nd and 18. They're going to run the screen pass, give it to Brandon Davis. Slips a tackle, but then runs into his lineman. He did a great job of slipping the tackle from Tyson Ali. Runs into his lineman, and it's another 4-yard loss. Going to bring up a 3rd and 22. Blake Boone 6 for 10, 65 yards here in the first half. Drops back to pass again here. Going to look over to the right, just throws that one away. Nothing doing there, and Auburn's going to have to punt.
Well, it's a smart play by Blake Moon, though. He's thrown almost 3 interceptions, doesn't want to dare the secondary too much, and he knows that they're known for their interceptions, so he plays it safe, throws it away, sets up the punt.
And that one is kicked deep, taking it in just outside of 20 is Gage Bodine taken out to the 30-yard line, and a 7-yard return there. So good defense there by the special teams of Auburn, and now we're going to see if their actual defense can shut down this Notre Dame offense once again. 1st and 10, they're going to go with the read option up the middle. That one is snuffed out as coming through there with the big play is Quentin James, shutting down the read option there, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 9.
And so far, we've seen a bit of a switch here in the way this game has gone. We saw offense explode early and often. Now the defenses are starting to find their rhythm early on here.
And right back pass, going to fire it over the middle. He's got a receiver open and down the field, slipping a tackle to the 30, to the 20, finally taken down by Tyree Fine. And a big play there by Joe Brown. And that's got Notre Dame set up in Auburn territory once again.
It's just a simple crossing route on it here. It's a bit of an in route, comes inside, away from man coverage. The entire middle of the field is completely empty, whether that's by product of blitz or man coverage, unsure. But it opened up the receiver for Ty White to find, connect, and pick up 50 yards.
1st and 10 inside the red zone once again for Notre Dame. And they're coming out there with their 2 backs, and they're going to give it to Senior, tries to get on the outside, cuts inside, slips a tackle, still on his feet. Finally, Trenton Worsham, among others, over the make tackle, but another 13-yard pickup and 100 yards here in the first half for Senior.
Juan Senior's been a big part of this offense, making big play after big play after big play, and we're going to see if he can punch it in right now.
And they're going to go with the read option. Ty White on the outside. He's got a hole, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Notre Dame scores again. They go up 30-14, 2:21 to go, and Auburn just cannot seem to find a way to shut down this offense.
Well, and it's been a little bit of mix and match right now for Notre Dame. They've gone balanced, passing, running the ball, making big plays, and so far Auburn has not found a way to snuff out that fuse that has the explosiveness for Notre Dame set up, and Auburn can't get a little bit of their magic going their way. They're going to have to figure something out offensively to try and keep up.
They got to get something going offensively, and they also got to figure out something defensively because they have to get some stops if they're going to get back into this one. And Devontae Duncan's creating holes again. Smoker gets a block, and another big return by Duncan. They just need to let him return it every time. It's the 2 times he's returned it on kick returns they've gotten out near the 50-yard line. So big play there. Let's see if that sparks this Auburn offense. Moon back to pass, faces the blitz, fires it over the left. Adam Smith's got it after a 4-yard pickup up to the 50-yard line.
It's a nice grab, picks up 4 yards, and it moves this offense a little bit forward, picks up the chains, draws up the defense, brings them closer to the line of scrimmage. That's going to open up Smoker and Duncan downfield.
4 receivers again. They're going to hand that one off to Brandon Davis at the middle. And he gets met in the backfield as Bobby Slowback comes through again and slows him down on a 1-yard run. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5. Auburn only 2 for 5 on 3rd down conversion so far. Tied for 1st on the season at 48%. A little bit behind that missed one. Blake Moon pump fakes. They're going to throw that one over the right. That one's complete. Adam Smith, and now we see why. Moon comes through there and completes it on the 3rd down.
When you need Blake Moon to come through, he finds a way to do so. Finds Adam Smith, connects, and converts the 1st down.
Blitz coming here for Notre Dame on the outside. Tyler Smith gets picked up. Moon's got time, fires over the right. Smoker on the comeback, slips a tackle, and he's taken off to the races into the end zone for a touchdown. Ethan Smoker with a big play, making things happen, and we've got a 10-point game once again.
Well, Notre Dame is finding ways to explode and extend their lead, but Blake Moon and this Auburn offense, they're finding ways to come right back into it and catch right back up. The pressure now falls right back, as you mentioned it, on this Auburn defense. Can they get some more stops, and can this offense keep up the momentum that they have seemingly built up?
they've gotten a little bit of momentum, but their defense has to come up with a stop. They got one. They forced it earlier, but they dropped a couple of interceptions. Something needs to go right for this Auburn defense here. They could get the ball back here late in this first half and then maybe trying to get something going as they drop the kick return there, and it's picked up by Godon, and he's got room out the outside, and he's got a big return out across the 50. And man, what the special teams have been doing here. As you see in the graphic, already 300 yards offense in the first half here for Notre Dame. That's definitely got to change in the second half for Notre Dame, or for Auburn to stay in this one. So ball just on the Auburn side of the 50-yard line. And Notre Dame comes out with three wide receivers. Senior offset to the left, dropping back to pass, scanning the field, now going to take off and run. Big hole there for White as he spins, and he's going to be short of the first down, but a 9-yard pickup.
Spun right into a tackle, bit of a shoulder got laid into him. He picks up 9, keeps his offense moving, and Notre Dame burned a timeout.
Split backs in the shotgun formation. They're going to take a shot deep down the left, and that one is almost picked off as they were going for it again. It's Tyree Fine got his hands on it and could not reel it in. 3 dropped interceptions for Auburn, and that might really come back to bite them. 3rd and 1 now. They've got an opportunity to get him off the field, and the read option up the middle. Ty White's going to get the first down, run somebody over, and still fighting for yards before finally taken down by Shane Masters, and 150 yards rushing for Notre Dame here in the first half. Even split almost, 21 runs to 16 passes. Pistol formation again as the ball spotted at the 28-yard line. White drops back to pass, looks right, looks left, and then he gets sacked in the backfield. No, he's still on his feet. Shane Masters got to him, but Quentin James had to come up and finish him off. Or actually, Trenton Worsham got credit for it. So that'll bring up 2nd and 13. Only one timeout left for Notre Dame, so they're trying not to use it. They hurry up to the line. White to pass again, looks right, looks left. Now can fire it over to the right. Goes into the sideline and incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
Pressure coming off that left side of White. Looked like Cowan managed to spin free and force Ty White to throw that one away. Great job by the Auburn defense.
Tight end coming in motion, putting 3 wide receivers to the right for Ty White. Drops back to pass, looks over the middle, going to lob this one over to the left, and that one's almost picked off. But at least now Auburn forces the field goal attempt. Not going to be a turnover, but it's going to be a 47-yard field goal attempt here in the rain. 27 seconds to go here in the first half. Notre Dame already made 1 field goal, and that one is long enough and right down the middle. Great kick, and that'll extend the lead to 13. But only a 2-score game here for Auburn, and we've seen Auburn several times this year hit big plays late in halves. We saw Blake Boone run one in with 1 timeout to spare. Didn't take the timeout, ran one in at the end of the game against Florida State at the end of the season. And then, or no, actually that was against that Iowa game. And then we saw him, I believe it was against Boise, with a big touchdown with 6 seconds left in the first half. So we'll see what they can do here. It's been a back and forth game. Notre Dame controlling for most of it, but has a 13-point lead. Auburn's got the ball. We know they're not just going to run it. They're going to try to strike deep, and we'll see what happens here. Boone standing at the 20, drops back 2 yards, going to fire that one out to the right, just throws it into the sideline, brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's smart, and so far both quarterbacks, Blake Moon, Ty White, have gotten away with a couple plays. White threw it in double coverage, almost got picked. Blake Moon has almost thrown a few. They've both gotten lucky. They're going to have to play smarter.
They're going to hand this one off to Brandon Davis. He's on the outside. He's going to cut up midfield, and he's got a first down, and then they'll take a timeout. 11 seconds left. So they caught him off guard a little bit, got the first down, and they're getting a little bit closer to Hail Mary territory. Still like to see him maybe throw one over the middle and make that a shorter Hail Mary, but we'll see what they do here. 3-man rush, and they're going to fire it over the outside. They do exactly that. Ethan Smoker with a diving catch on the outside is going to set up a 51.5-yard heave here for Blake Moon and company. 4 wide receivers out there. Brandon Davis out to the right. Moon dropping back to pass. They're bringing the blitz. Going to fire it over the middle. And that's a wide open catch to Devontae Duncan trying to break free. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. And so a heady play there. And that's going to set up the field goal attempt here from 41 yards out here at the end of the second half. Auburn's had some miscues in the kicking game, but not on that one, as that one goes through, and we're going to have a 10-point game, 34-24 here from South Bend as we reach halftime. What a first half that was, David, as we head into the studio for the halftime report. Man, what a game that was. This one presented to you by Nissan. David, take it away for the halftime.
Well, the biggest thing, it's been offensive explosions back and forth, and we saw it late in that half. That Blake Moon finding plays. Ethan Smoker came open on the comeback route. Devontae Duncan does the same thing, makes a smart play, steps out with a second left, saves it a couple timeouts, and gets him down in field goal range, makes it a 10-point game. But the bigger story in terms of those explosive offenses is that Auburn's defense has not found a way to shut down this Notre Dame offense, and we see it there in the yardage. Notre Dame has really exploded offensively.
They have exploded offensively as they've got 320 yards of offense. It's been an impressive first half, but Auburn's not that far behind. They're about 100 yards behind. They've also dropped 3 interceptions on defense. We'll see if they're able to turn that around. It's been an exciting first half. Auburn will start with the ball in the second half, so they got an opportunity to try to make this a 3-point game as we get started. We'll head back out to the field for the second half. 10-point lead here. Notre Dame kicking off. Does Devontae Duncan get it and get another big kick return? He will get it. Little Ethan Smoker, the lead blocker. Duncan cuts to the outside. He's going to get another good return out to the 40, and that's about the best way that Auburn could have hoped starting this one in with a good field position out to the 40. So imagine we're not done yet, David. I know Notre Dame thought they had this one in the bag early on with the 17-point lead. He never sent them this one out, taking a shot deep, and that one is dropped by Notre Dame as Trey Elijah had the interception in his hand and dropped it. Blake Moon under threw that one just a little bit, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Go ahead, David.
It's a good play, though, by Blake Moon, right? Makes a read. He's not afraid to take the shot downfield. It's a great way to open things up. Be aggressive. Don't be afraid of that. Embrace it a little bit, and that sets things up a little bit for Auburn offensively. It sets the tone.
Moon was conservative early on in the season. Once they finally took the leash off of him, as Brandon Davis runs over a defender there. I think that was Justin Fillard, our defensive player of the year, and he gets a first down, so big pickup there. But Moon, whenever he got the reins finally taken off of him, has really exploded the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season, and we're seeing here. But it's kind of like Brett Favre, you live dangerously. On a slip tackle out of Devontae Griffin, and Brandon Davis is starting to get his motor going. They call them the Georgia Express, and he's running people over like a train there.
He's working his way through, and right here, just slips right off. Devontae Griffin can't hold on. Looked like he tried to strip Brandon Davis of the football. Couldn't do it. That's what allowed Davis to just push right through and pick up the first down.
1st and 10 now, trips out to the left, and then Blake Moon's under center, going to drop back to pass, looking to the right, now goes over the middle. Now he's going to take off and run. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to get a first down or close to it, as Antoine Curry was the first one there, and Trey Elijah cleaned it up.
And one of the storylines coming into this is Blake Moon, Offensive Player of the Year, Justin Philhart, Defensive Player of the Year. And we haven't really called Philhart's name too much. He's been fairly quiet in this one.
And that one's the Davis up the middle, and they're just going to keep feeding him and feeding him. And the Express has got another 6-yard pickup. He's up to 92 yards rushing in this one.
Well, the thing about Trains and Express is that it takes them a little bit to build up steam and build up power in the second half. We saw it last week. Brandon Davis explodes once he gets going.
That one's complete to Tony Smith, his second catch of the drive. And that's a 6-yard pickup, can bring up a short 2nd and 4. Auburn putting together a nice drive here to start the second half.
And now this opens up a little bit of read option right now for Blake Moon in this offense. It enables them to go to Davis. It enables Blake Moon to keep it and run it himself. Let's see what they do.
Moon back to pass, get a blitz up the middle. He's going to fire that one over the middle. Making a catch there is Adam Smith. And fighting for yards, going to come up just short of the first down. But this is where Blake Moon and company excel, because you have no idea what they're going to do. They're going to go with the read option, go with speed option, go with a little short pass. You never really know. Ethan Smoker isolated out on the left over there. Trey Elijah keeping an eye on that matchup. Smoker comes free, but they go over to the right, and that's Adam Smith again, and he's down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal here for Auburn.
And it's a route that's designed when Adam Smith comes up to the goal line and then cuts back inside. It's a route that's designed for Adam Smith to find the hole in the zone and sit there, and he does that, and Blake Moon finds him for the first down.
And drop back pass, firing into the end zone, and a touchdown. Adam Smith into the end zone, 2-yard touchdown reception. Auburn strikes first here in the second half, and we've got a 3-point game.
And this is a sight we've seen from Blake Moon before. His third touchdown pass of the game. It's a great route ran by Adam Smith. It's a short little out route. Gets out into the flats, gets away from the coverage with the rest of the receivers pushing coverage deep. Opens things up for Smith. Blake Moon just reads it easily and makes the easy throw.
Big drive there for Auburn as they move down the field to make it a 3-point game. Guys were concerned about this one early on, thought Notre Dame was going to run away with it. Me and you know better, David. This one was never in jeopardy of being a blowout. Auburn's never out of it. I think Devontae Griffin even said that in chat as that return is taken 29 yards by Tanner Hendricks. Taking a look back at this game, Gage Bonine's come up with 2 big receptions, one of them leading to a touchdown. That Auburn secondary struggled in shutting him down a little bit. They're definitely going to need to do that if they want to get or turn things around and go back out on top in this one. Blake Moon has made some plays there. They made one there. Wasn't able to go a whole lot on his own run, but he pitches it late. Brandon Davis gets into the end zone for a touchdown. And then Ethan Smoker comes through with that big touchdown reception late in the first half and keeps Notre Dame within 10 points. So been a great game so far, and I expect the rest of the second half is going to be much like that as Auburn's got a 3-point game. Notre Dame first drive of the second half now. Ty White making an adjustment, going to drop back, goes with the read option, can take it on the outside, trying to run away from Eric LeClaire and finally taken down after an 8-yard pickup.
It's nice pursuit, though, by Auburn, keeping Ty White chased close to the boundary. And for a defense, the sideline is your best friend, and they utilize it there. It's a pickup of 8, but it's a good job by Auburn defense.
There's midline read, and up the middle, Ty White's got a hole. Slips the tackle from Tyree Fine, finally taken down by the Auburn defense, but not before a big 24-yard run.
And everything just parted perfectly for Ty White. Made the right read, saw the small little crease. It wasn't a big hole, but Ty White read it perfectly and surged his way straight through. Picked up a nice big gain for the first down.
Shotgun here for Notre Dame. And White's going to drop back pass again. Blitz coming, and he gets sacked. Is coming out of the backfield. There is Tony Bryant, the All-American linebacker, comes free with the sack, and that's a big 8-yard loss for Notre Dame.
He didn't even get picked up, came right through. Nobody looked his way, nobody touched him, and Ty White didn't even see him until it was too late when he cocked back to throw it and got decked pretty good for a loss of 8.
3 wide receivers out there, bring tight end in the motion to the right, pistol formation. White dropping back pass, getting blitz again. He's got to take off and run, and they hit him hard, and they get a sack again. All of a sudden, Auburn turning up the defense. Quentin James comes through with the sack, and that'll bring up 3rd and 22.
Well, if you can't stand the heat, then you better get out of the kitchen. Ty White tried, but the Flames just caught up to him. Put him in the backfield for a loss again. Sets up 3rd and very long, and Ty White's going to have to find a way to get out of this.
Shotgun formation. They got a touchdown on a 3rd and 15 earlier. See what they can do here. They're going to go over the middle. That one is complete, but it's going to be short of the first down. But it is down to the 30. It could set up a field goal attempt. Gage Bodine over 114 yards. Actually, he's going to set up a 4th down, so 4th and 4. Notre Dame being aggressive here, going to go for it. Shotgun here with Senia out to the right. White back to pass, 4-man rush. Throws it out short, and that one is knocked down. Good play there on the outside as Green comes free and knocks away. Almost had an opportunity at a pick 6, and that's going to force a turnover, and Auburn gets the ball back.
Well, Juan Senior is not known for his ability in the receiving game. We kind of see it there. Turn late, ball got there. Great job by Auburn jumping the route there and sets things up for this Auburn offense and Blake Moon to take the lead.
Blake Moon's got an opportunity here. He's going to hand that one off to Brandon Davis on the draw play. Nothing doing there as Renzo Vasquez, comes through with the tackle for loss. So a 1-yard loss. And Moon's probably going to have to go to the pass game here. 32-yard line is where the ball sets. Empty backfield. They like to run that. They're going to go with it here. Moon back to pass. 4-man rush coming. Moon's going to take off and run. Got a little bit of room on the outside. He's going to get a first down and a couple yards more before Tanner Hendricks comes over with the tackle. And a big play there by Blake Moon.
Blake Moon does a great job. Comes in, then goes back outside before cutting up field and just breaking through the seam of the defense for the first down.
Moon in the shotgun, going to fake that one to Davis. Now he's going to take off and run, and he's on the outside. He's going to get another first down near the sideline. Nice job of staying near the sideline in case it fumbles. Probably go out of bounds, but another heady play there by Blake Moon.
Blake Moon's full of heady plays, and we've seen that throughout the course of this. He's made a couple of almost mistakes and turnovers, but he's also made a lot of great heady plays. That's smart coaching by Matt Peck.
There's a little wide receiver screen and almost picked off Trey Elijah. Couldn't get around Ethan Smoker to pick that one off. Dangerous play there and only a 1-yard pickup.
Dangerous play by the tight window. Blake Moon threads the needle just barely, gets it to Smoker. It only picks up a yard, but it's a smart throw.
Tyler Smith in the box again, showing blitz. They bring Chris Bullard in motion over to the right. He runs a little drag route. They get him on the sack. They come free, and Bobby Slowback must have heard us. Actually, that was Justin Philhart, our reigning defensive player of the year, comes free with a sack, and I'll bring up 3rd and 16.
And what Notre Dame did, they ran a little bit of a stunt, a little bit of misdirection, some crossing patterns on the blitzing pattern, and that allowed Justin Philhart to come free, get inside, and catch Blake Moon by surprise on the sack.
Pistol formation here with 3 wide receivers, 2 guys in the backfield. And they're going to go with the halfback screen. They dump it off to Brandon Davis. He's got some blocking out there, and he's going to get the first down and a little bit more. They love going to him on 3rd down, and he does not disappoint there. Big conversion for Brandon Davis.
Notre Dame came with the pressure, and that always happens when the screen pulls because you have the pulling offensive line, opens things up for Blake Moon, and he stands there, takes the hits, and buys enough time for Davis to get open. And because of the 3rd and long situation, the Notre Dame secondary played way off, backed way off, expecting him to go deep. That's what allowed the screen game to have success there.
First and 10, they go with the same formation, and they're going to go with the read option on the outside, and Moon going up the middle, just gets swarmed, but still picks up 7 yards, fighting hard on every play.
Well, Blake Moon weaves, fights forward, bounces off tacklers, picks up 7, and this way does great. He's just known for getting grazed contact, not taking full-on hits too often.
There we go, the read option again, and Moon's on the outside. He's got a little bit of blocking, and he'll be down at the 11-yard line. So another run there by Moon, only 50 yards, but it's been very impactful, 50 yards in the run game. Second time in the red zone here for Auburn. They scored on their first one. We'll see what they can do here. Antoine Curry looks like he's blitzing on the right. They're going to bring Brandon Davis out to that side. Here comes the blitz. Moon's going to throw it out to Brandon Davis, and he gets pursued nicely. Nowhere to go. Tanner Hendricks comes up, makes a tackle after a 1-yard pickup.
It's a 1-yard pickup. It was a play on the flats. In this part of the field, the windows get really tight, and it makes harder to make those throws. But they went with the read option to get down here. I kind of think you got to go back to it.
4 receivers out there. And Moon drop back pass, going to fire it over to the right, finds Smoker, can't get in the end zone. He's pushed out of bounds, going to bring up a 3rd and 4 here for Auburn. So they are knocking on the door here. They can get a first down without getting in the inside the end zone, as the 1-yard line is the first down marker. Pistol formation here for Moon. They're going to hand it to Brandon Davis up the middle. He fights off a tackle, but he gets stopped short as Tyler Smith comes up to stop him, 1 yard short. And Auburn's going to come on here for the game-tying field goal from 19 yards out. They have struggled this season, but they kicked a 40-yarder earlier, and that one is just right down the middle. Easy work there. We've got a tie game with 1 minute to go here in the 3rd quarter.
I think if you're Auburn, you take the chance. I think in that situation, you should have gone for it. I understand why they didn't, though, because Notre Dame has been explosive offensively, and so you try and contain that. Don't give them too many opportunities.
Well, I think the pressure is also on Notre Dame here. They had a 17-point lead several times in the first half, and that has completely evaporated. Now they're kind of going backwards. They're reeling a little bit. Their offense has struggled a little bit. Auburn's defense has picked up a little bit of steam, so the pressure is definitely on Notre Dame here. So I don't mind that call there by Auburn. We'll see what happens here. Ty White drops back pass, fires over to the right. Got receiver out in the slot. That's Jeffrey London with a 12-yard pickup and a first down.
It's a smart play, build up a little bit of steam, pick up the first down, get Ty White feeling comfortable a little bit again. The pressure got to him on the previous drive. Now get him comfortable a little bit. Let him take shots downfield.
Senior stumbles a little bit in the backfield, that wet grass. Can make it slippery a little bit. He stumbles a little bit there. Only gets 3 yards. He had 100 yards midway through that second quarter, maybe early in the second quarter, and now he has really slowed down this Auburn Defense has done a nice job adjusting. 2nd and 7 here, going to fire it over the right. That one is complete as Jesse Carter's got the 8-yard pickup and a first down. And we might have one play left here in the 3rd quarter.
It's complete, but Auburn's bringing pressure seemingly on every other play now, getting Ty White to make quick throws, not letting him take the time to make shots deep downfield.
They bring the blitz there and not able to get away from Cowan. As Senior gets stopped, he does fall forward for 3 yards. But that'll bring the end of the 3rd quarter. We head to the last quarter of the season. Tie game, 34-34. Start of the 4th quarter here. Tie game from South Bend. National championship game. Inaugural season of the CFSL. There's a read option by Ty White on the outside. He's going to get the first down. Slips the tackle. Finally taken down there after a nice run down to the 35-yard line. And White doing a good job on the ground. Tony Bryant with the tackle there. His 6th, the All-American from Auburn. 2 receivers in the backfield in this offset pistol formation. They bring the wide receiver in motion. They're going to fake it to him, give it to Senior up the middle. He's trying to fight for yards, and he just doesn't have as much room to work now, David.
Well, this Auburn defense is doing a great job swarming, and part of what Notre Dame has been doing a little bit more mixing in is a read option, some misdirection plays to get Auburn, try and catch them off guard a little bit, and I expect at some point they'll do that with a play action.
They're going to give it to Senior on the counter, and he goes on the outside. He's going to get the first down. Swarming defense by Auburn, but a little too late as Senior picks up the first down. Once again, he's up to 118 yards.
Picks up 7, gets a first down, moves the drive forward, keeps it rolling, and builds momentum as you go.
Senior comes in motion there. They fake it to him. White's going to drop back pass, looks over the middle, taking a shot for the end zone on a one-handed grab. Gage Bodine with the athletic catch, and Notre Dame goes back out on top.
Well, Gage Bodine, the All-American, does a great job here. Gets a step, gets open, and Ty White finds him. And Gage Bodine, that's his 2nd one-handed grab of the night, by the way. Reaches out, snags it, puts up 6 points, gives Notre Dame their momentum, but now the pressure falls back on that defense. It's had a hard time stopping Auburn's offense in the 2nd half.
Bodine said earlier today that he was going to have a big game, his last game for Notre Dame, and he is not disappointing. 2 touchdowns and 3 big catches, and we got Devontae Duncan on the return, not able to get anything going on that one. So this is, this game has been crazy. We look at Auburn's last 5 drives. They started with a punt, and then they went touchdown, field goal, touchdown, field goal. So they've really turned it on in their last 4 drives. And we'll see if they can match here and get back down the field and tie this one up in the 4th quarter. This is where Blake Boone does some of his best work. He's going to lob that one over the middle, and that one falls incomplete. Might not have put quite enough on that one, and that drops incomplete. Adam Smith unable to hold on to it.
Well, it's a tight window, and so Adam Smith does a great job trying to make the catch in there, but with the contact, it's hard to hold on to it.
Boone drops back, pass, fires that one over the middle. That was off of Adam Smith. They keep going to Adam Smith over the middle, and he is not bailing out his quarterback there. So 3rd and 10, as you see, Auburn 6 for 10 on 3rd downs. They'll go out with 3 wide receivers to the right. Devontae Duncan, All-American, down to the left. Blitz coming. Boone's going to roll out to the right. He's going to throw off his back foot, and that one's going to fall incomplete. And the Notre Dame defense forces the punt here from Auburn on their 2nd drive, and they'll maintain their 7-point lead.
Well, secondary clamped down on this drive, created really tight windows. Hard for Blake Boone to get it in there, and making contact with Adam Smith, forcing him to drop it a couple of times, and then the pressure late there on 3rd down, forcing Blake Boone out and to be inaccurate with it.
Boone had a little slow getting going in that one. Looked like his feet got stuck in the mud. Go to the game track. Ty White has been a factor running the ball for Notre Dame. He's picked up some big plays, big first down conversions, had the touchdown run earlier, and he's been big play. He's one of the 3 candidates for All-American at quarterback. Was just the 3rd guy behind Adric Berry and Blake Boone, who have had terrific seasons, but Ty White has had a terrific season in his own right, and he has not disappointed his team in this game. He's got 41 points on the board in the 7-point lead, 6:39 to go here in the 4th quarter, and they're going to turn around and hand that one off to Senior, and he's going to run into a wall of defenders again, held to 4 yards.
And they're going back to Senior, and at this point, you're late in the game, you have a 7-point lead. Trying to run out and chew up a little bit of clock while keeping the drive moving. And Juan Senior does that by picking up about 4 yards, 4 to 7 on every play that he gets the ball.
Blitz coming for Auburn, and they throw it on the outside, and it's almost picked off as that one went right through the hands of the defender, and they've missed so many opportunities in this one. They just cannot reel in one of those. You got to wonder if one's coming or if they're just going to keep missing. Blitz coming here on the outside. Now looks like Eric DeClear's coming. They bring Bodine, or actually London in motion to the left. That one's up the middle for Senia, and he's got nowhere to go. Tries to find a hole up there. 6-yard pickup, but just not able to find a big hole, and they'll bring him 2nd and 4.
Senior makes a great read, though. Starts left, sees a wall kind of close up, cuts back right, finds the cutback lane, and so what allows him to pick up those 6 yards.
And they're going to give that one to Senia running on the outside. He's got a blocker. He's going to cut back inside. He's got a first down inside the 30. 217 yards rushing now for Notre Dame.
And this momentum continues to pick up, and the other thing it does, it chews up clock a little bit, keeps Auburn's defense on its heels, and keeps wearing them down a little bit more.
Auburn needs to come up with a stop here. Some kind of turnover would be big. Ty White's going to take off, slides under Quentin James' tackle there, holds onto the ball after a 5-yard pickup.
It's a smart play by Ty White. He knows the situation. A turnover is detrimental. Do not take the pig hit. Just slide down. Don't give him the opportunity to separate you from the football.
Blind in the pistol again. He's going to turn around, fakes it to Senia. Now rolls out, spins around, throws it over to the left, and making a catch on the outside is Joe Brown. And Notre Dame's going to have a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Auburn's defense has got to come up big. Falling behind by 14 here would not be good with only half of a quarter to play roughly. And Ty White's going to bring Gage Bodine in motion from the right. They're going to fake it to use him as a decoy, hand it off to Senia up the middle. He's going to get inside the 5-yard line. So 2nd and goal coming up from the 4.
It's a big play there for Senia, though. Moves him a little bit closer. I want to see if they're going to go back to that decoy play a little bit, only give it to Gage Bodine. I doubt they do it on this play, but I wonder if they'll go back to it later.
And that one's faked up the middle. Ty White going on the outside, cuts outside, fakes out Tyree Fine into the end zone for a touchdown. 2nd touchdown of the game for Ty White, and Notre Dame extends their lead to 47-34 with only 4:27 to play in this one.
Well, the pressure's on Blake Moon. We've talked about how great he is in fourth quarters, stepping up, making big plays, and it's really where Auburn as a team and as a whole shines. They make the big plays late. They make the stands. They make all the right plays, and we're going to see if Blake Moon, with all the chips on the line, can do it again.
Ethan Smoker gets the kick return here and trying to find some room, but nowhere to go. So going to have a long field in front of them is Auburn as they trail by 14. Head coach and AD Tyler Hoyt says in chat that Ty White says he's the best quarterback in the nation, and he's kind of playing like it in this one. We'll see what Blake Boone's got up his sleeve here. He's going to fake that one to Brandon Davis. Goes on the outside, and fighting for yards there is Courtney Jackson, the backup running back, and that's only a 3-yard gain.
It's a 3-yard gain, but it builds a little bit of momentum, builds a little bit of confidence. Start out slow, test the waters a little bit, and now let's see him expand a little bit more.
Blitz coming, and Moon gets rid of it out to the outside as Connor Seals, the fullback, comes up with the catch, and that'll bring up 3rd and inches here for Auburn.
It's a manageable 3rd down for Auburn, and this is what they like to do. They set up the easy 3rd downs and then continue to pick up steam, take more and more shots downfield as they go.
Moon's going to fake that one to Davis, goes over the middle, finds Adam Smith, got the first down, out to the 47-yard line, so they keep eating away at this one. Taking a little bit more time than you'd like, but maybe they're setting up one of those big pass plays to Devontae Duncan or Ethan Smoker. We'll see. Moon 23 of 33 on the game, not his best game of the season for sure. Going to hand that one off to Brandon Davis, and nowhere to go as Lorenzo Vasquez, the second, comes through and makes the tackle.
Well, time's really starting to become a factor. Under 3.5 minutes to go, and they're down by 14. Blake Moon and this Auburn offense going to have to pick up the pace a little bit more.
Shotgun here, 4 wide receivers for Moon. He'll drop back to pass. 4-man rush. Going to take a shot out on the outside and tap at his toes is Tony Smith with an 18-yard pickup, 3:14 to go. And Auburn's going to hurry up to the line as even though they went out of bounds, the clock's still going to start back up. So now Moon spins right into Devontae Griffin, and Griffin comes away with a sack, and he's been back there twice now to get Blake Moon.
And it's the second time that Blake Moon has tried to spin out of the pocket and right into the arms of Devontae Griffin. Does it again there, trying to break free, but the man of Devontae Griffin's size, he's too big, too strong for Blake Moon to break away.
2nd and 17 here, pistol formation. Moon drops back, standing just inside the 50, going to take a shot deep, going for the end zone, jump ball, and it is knocked away, underthrown again, but Trey Elijah cannot bring it in. Would like to see Devontae Duncan fight a little bit harder for that one. That'll bring up 3rd and 17 now. For Moon still in the shotgun now. 4 wide receivers, drops back to pass. They're going to go with the screen play, and that's out to Davis on the outside, and he gets wrestled down by Trey Elijah, and that's going to be a short 3-yard pickup, and that is not going to give him a first down. It's 4th and 14. Auburn's going for it. The game might be riding on this play right here. We'll see indeed how much Blake Moon has magic remaining as he drops back. He's going to fire that one over the middle. Goes way short there, and they're going to shut him down. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Don't like that play by Blake Moon.
No, it's under pressure, and so Blake Moon, nothing really open. The coverage downfield too good. Part of the beauty of this Notre Dame secondary is that they're solid in coverage downfield. So Blake Moon, the only real option he has is to try and do something. Dumps it off to Brandon Davis, can't do much more than that, and that sets up the first down for Notre Dame with 2.5 minutes to go.
Let's see if Auburn's defense can do anything here, and they shut down Senior there, and they're going to be content to let some of this clock run off. They're going to need to try to force a turnover. You got to set that strip setting on high and get everybody out there trying to strip the ball out. Senior only a 3-star picked up late in the season. Very possible that he could fumble the ball, so we'll see what they do. They're going to go to Senior again. Blitz coming, and they stop him in the backfield. A 1-yard loss, so they turn up the aggressiveness there. Now they're going to take a timeout, 3rd and 10, expecting Notre Dame to pass. Be a good time here for an Auburn turnover. Senior is going to get it up the middle, and he's got the first down. That's not going to completely do it, but almost, as the walk-on running back comes through big with that run up the middle. And now they just got to try to run off the rest of this clock. Senior on the outside, and he gets hit and taken down, 3-yard loss. Auburn takes their last timeout of the game. 152 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns for Senior. What a game he's had. And they bring the tight end in motion to the right. Going to hand that one off to Senior again, trying to get on the outside. And pursued nicely, still on his feet, hit hard as Quentin James tried to hit him and knock that one loose. Senior doing a good job of holding on to the ball there, and that brings up 3rd and 11.
It does. The problem is, though, for Auburn right now, you have no timeouts, 1.5 minutes to go, and you're down 2 scores. You have to get the ball, go down, score, force a turnover, get the ball back, and then score a touchdown again. Field goals will not cut it.
So 3rd and 11, last play potentially here for Auburn. They go with the run on the outside, and they're going to slip free. Senior still keeps going, and he's got a first down to the 30. Notre Dame is your season 1 national champions. What a performance by Notre Dame here in front of their home crowd. What a performance by their 3-star running back, who has just come on big, made 2 big runs here on this last drive. Notre Dame will go into the victory formation and take the knee and walk away with the first ever national championship trophy. Ty White and company, congrats on a heck of a season.
Let's give credit, though, to Blake Moon. Blake Moon did all he could, and really, you know, we talk about Ty White, he's going to be he's the best quarterback. I don't agree with that. I still think Blake Moon's a better quarterback. What I think ends up happening, though, is that this Auburn defense just let their quarterback down. Ty White had a great game, but the defense for Auburn just couldn't do what they needed to against this Notre Dame offense. Juan Senior, I think, had a bigger role than Ty White did. He may have been player of the game, but in my mind, Juan Senior set that up, and the big plays by Gage Bodine really added to that.
I did not see who won player of the game. Who was it, David?
It was Ty White. Ty White got awarded player of the game.
Okay, well, I mean, it's hard to argue. Ty White did what he needed to. The leader of the offense. Senior was huge there down the end. A crazy game, nonetheless. Congrats to Auburn on an amazing season. The Cinderella season fell short. Blake Moon found his kryptonite in the Notre Dame defense, who stopped him twice this year. But they made it compelling. They fell behind by 17. They come back to tie it up, and made it an interesting game. Just could not get it going in the 4th quarter. That big play by Gage Bodine really kind of changed things around, kind of stuck the dagger in Auburn. So appreciate to everybody for an amazing first season. Thank you to David for being with us all season. Thank you to everyone that tuned in all season. Congrats to Notre Dame.